Good afternoon, Lilligans, anti-novelists, friends, curious onlookers. Welcome back to this episode of Zettelkasten for Fiction, where imagination finds order. So I wanted to pop over here into our little LiLLiPub community because I got a very cool question from a new member. This lovely new Lilligan asked me the question about Zettelkastening fiction. Not for those of you that want to write it, but what if you are an avid reader of fiction? How do you go about Zettelkastening a book? Fortunately, I have an answer for that. So specifically, his question asks, do I create cards? What might they be? How do I use it in order to be able to get back to parts of the book? Just general knowledge about how do you get this done? Well, the cool thing is, let's pop right over here to my manuscript. I have a section on this. And, oops, that's the wrong section. Some of you already know that I am on the eve of getting ready to leave for my retreat for writing, so things are a little bit disheveled at the moment. But over here in the Zettelkasten for Fiction book, right here, when I talk about foundations of fiction and I talk about short and long form fiction, one of the things that I cover in part 3 is how in the world do you Zettelkasten a fiction book? Well, here's the thing. I'm going to show you how to reverse engineer the process rather than using character development and plot development and good story writing and the craft of writing fiction in order to write a book. I'm going to show you how to use identifying characters, including our list of key players, like we talk about developing your key players, the protagonist, the antagonist, the villain, etc., as well as identifying those plot points, how to go through each of those specific items within the plot and the story structure, which I go into down here when I'm talking about scenes and the kinds of stories and theme. Those would all be items that you look at when you're Zettelkastening a work of fiction. It works exactly the same way. It's bidirectional. So that's one of the things that I will be putting together while I'm on my trip. How do you take a piece of fiction that you're reading and capture the important pieces in your cards so that then you can go back and access those bits of information that were interesting, that maybe gave you an idea about something that you might want to be working on, or things that were just relevant in some way, like maybe a quote or a particular passage that references something of interest. Each of those little pieces can certainly become a part of your Zettelkasten. So that's the short answer. I will put together a longer video when I'm on the other side of my writing retreat, which will be 8 days from now, that really helps walk you through what these chapters look like and how you can use those to apply it to any work of fiction, whether it's microfiction, short fiction like a novella, or more of a long form like a novel. So thank you, my new Lilligan Bob, for your question. I will get back to this and show you exactly how you go about it in a longer video. So this is pretty much me saying thank you all for following me on this journey and being part of this journey with me. I absolutely love having all of you along with me. I'm heading out about 6 o'clock in the morning, so I will be off the grid for the next week, but I will pop in and post as I have internet available. If I hike up to one of the hills on the ranch, sometimes I can get internet, so we'll just have to play it by ear, but trust that I will be plugging away, getting my writing done. I've only got 3 parts left to finish, and I've got them all outlined, so I'm ready to go. But thank you as always for your time and your attention, and I will see you whenever I have signal for the next video.